yeah, my voice, sweet Lucy. She opened up the door and let me in. Never do she once says, where have you been down? She said, are you hungry, honey? Did you eat breakfast? Let me hang up your coat, your coat, your coat. And the woman tells me, pass me your hat too. All the time she smiles, never raises her voice. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Between love and hate, yeah. It's a deed love and hate. It's a deed love between love between love and hate. Sweetest woman in the world. You be the neatest woman in the world. You make her that way. You keep on hurting, she keeps being quiet. She might be holding something inside. Oh. Here I'm laying in the hospital, bandage from feet to head. You see, I'm in a state of shock, baby. Just that much from being dead. Yeah, I didn't think my woman could do something like this to me. I didn't think she had the nerve. So here I am. I guess action speaks louder than words. Between love and hate, it's a deal love between love and hate. Between love and hate, oh lady, sweetest woman in the world. Can be the meanest woman in the world. You make it that way, her that way. You keep from hurting her, she keeps being quiet. She might be holding something inside that could be hurt you one day. Ooh, something for the same. It's a thing like between love between love and it's a thin line. It's a thin line. You know it's a it's a thin line. It's a thin line. You know it's no.
Good Lord, good Lord. It's a thin line between love and hate there, ladies and gentlemen. I got to tell you, got to be more careful out here in these streets. Got to be more careful. Know what I'm saying? Let me switch on over here and let me show you what I'm about to talk about first. All right. This young lady right here. You see that? This young lady right here yesterday. Let me make sure I'm getting my little discombobulated. So y'all bear with me there for a minute, trying to get everything AJ squared away. There you go. This young lady you see right here on the screen did the unthinkable, dare I say, the unspeakable, dare I say. Hey, Shar, how you doing? The nastiness. She had the unmitigated gall to get in her car, go find her cheating husband or boyfriend, and run that nigga over. In public, in front of everybody. Not only did she run the nigga over, putting him in critical condition, This young, beautiful specimen right here, ladies and gentlemen, picked up the bumper of the wreckage. As the man lay bleeding, folks was thinking he was dead already. Slammed the bumper on top of him. Went into her real black woman mad mode with the hand clap and the bend over. This ain't my radio station, so I can use any superlative I want. She leaned over and told that man as he lay possibly dying, fuck you, fuck him, and then spit on him. Now this hit my page hot and early yesterday to where I only got to see the first 15 minutes of it. Got to shout out to my good friend. Let me make sure I can pronounce your name correctly. Miss, I don't want to even try to say your last name over there, but Chloe. Thank you so very much. I was speechless, ladies and gentlemen. I was horrified that a woman could be so damn mad at you that she wished death upon you, and that she is the instrument of the death. So brazen about it, she didn't even run. She knew what she was doing. Her intent was to kill. And once I run this nigga over, I'm just gonna stand there and wait for the police. Don't give a fuck who's there. I ain't running. She made her peace already, folks. This was a suicide mission. The only thing she didn't do was kill herself. This was a seek and destroy mission for fucking with my heart. There's all kind of songs out there like the one I was playing when we first came in, when a woman's fed up. What about when a fella fed up? I saw so many posts saying, I understand. Because, you know, a woman with a broken heart ain't nothing to play with. That's some bullshit. The same heart that pumps that blood throughout a woman's body is the same heart that pumps that blood through a man's body. Women, y'all can argue with me, you can disagree with me, but y'all don't own exclusive membership to the Broken Hearts Club. That song, It's a Thin Line Between Love and Hate, goes both ways. No matter how mad you are at an individual for breaking your heart, you don't have the right, you don't have the justification to end that man's life or end that woman's life in some cases. Now, I would imagine, as you said, 18 years of your life you gave it to this man. You didn't see no signals. How long in this relationship did you realize that your husband or your boyfriend was not doing right by you, that you allowed it to continue? When a woman's fed up, why didn't you get fed up before you decided the only thing that you could do to rectify the situation was kill this man in your family relations, if you have children, in your children seeing you? Let's even take it to the personal side of you. I see where you'll see this clip here that where you like to take pictures. The only fucking thing you'll be able to take a picture of is a snapshot of an orange jumpsuit with your Jet magazine pose. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Agree or disagree with me, it's not about it. This is about right and wrong here. This is about acting like you're a judge, jury, and executioner because somebody did you wrong. I'll take it from personal experiences. You know how many women that fucked me over in my life? I didn't want to kill them. Bitch, I just won't fuck with you no more. Tupac and Tyrese made this song, I'll Never Call You Bitch Again. That's bullshit. Because this here's a bitch. I'm sure there was some nasty grams delivered in and out of this relationship at all times, to where it came to the point to where we don't know. Just like let's go to Whiteville for a minute. We don't know what happened before the tape, folks. We don't know if this man was living with a woman that kept him in holy matrimonial hell. We don't know what drove this man to want to fuck her sister instead of him. Her. We don't know all the details. But there's a lot of women out there saying, I understand. How the fuck can you understand when you only see the ending result? That's the narrative we use when we want to talk to white America. So let's use it amongst ourselves right now. How the fuck can you understand what this woman did or what she was going through when you weren't there? Just as I wasn't. But I can speak from a man who's been fucked over by women. I didn't want to go kill you. I didn't get on a seek and destroy mission. I just didn't fuck with you no more. All right. It's like that. All right, miss. Deuces. I see you. Don't see you, don't see you. Here's what it is. Nothing wrong, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudes, guys and gals. There's nothing wrong with going home to empty arm hotel sometime. There's nothing wrong with checking into that nigga fucked me up room. That's how you grow. That's how you live. That's how you eventually find the right person for you. Not every apple that falls off the tree is going to be good to bite into. But I'll be goddamn if you up under an apple tree and they all falling off and you see several of them on there, you're just going to pick one and walk away. Or you're going to try a few others. I know I did. I was in the Marine Corps at the prime of my life from 18 to 29. The Marine Corps took me around the world. There was long ones, short ones, fat ones, tall ones, brown ones, yellow ones, black ones, white ones. Didn't discriminate. A woman is a woman. Did I crush some along the way? And did some crush me along the way? Damn Skippy. But I'm here to talk about it, and probably wherever she's at, she's there to talk about it. She didn't come after me with her car, and I didn't come after her with mine. So there's no excuse for this, ladies and gentlemen. There's no excuse for you damn near ending a man's life. Now, if you type in over there, white woman runs over husband, you see YouTube is filled with that. Even so much so, I dare to say this, that this lady watched one of those movies and it gave her courage. Because if you listen to her with that 18-year monologue, go and find the movie I Gave You 18 Years with Alfre Woodard in it. I think that's her name. And see if those same words that you heard from this young lady right here was not repeated on that screen, except for she didn't use that particular name. But let's get straight to this. Listen, here we go.
He's dead. Every day of fucking life. Oh my God. Every day. She hit him with a car. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Oh! He's dead, and fuck him! That's what happened. In a fucking phrase, you bitch! I gave you 18 years of my fucking life! 18 baby! 18 fucking years!
Hi everybody, Tracy Curry Reyes here with TV Crime Sky. Just coming to you with the story of Bashira Tripp. Bashira Tripp is a 34-year-old woman from Virginia who got so angry at her lover for leaving her that she ran over him with her car. The video is going viral. Onlookers watched in horror as this seemingly lifeless man laid on the pavement. The mad woman hurled insults his way and picked up a piece of the bumper and threw it on top of him. As if running over him was not enough, one of the onlookers, a male onlooker, walked up and lifted the bumper from his body, from the man's body. Don't have the name of the man just yet. The victim's ID has not been released. So the victim has been taken to the hospital where he is listed in critical condition. I will update this story as soon as I have more information. I do have some information on who the person is, but I want to wait until the police release his identity. Praying definitely for this family and for the victim. Here are a few more pictures of Bashira. Looks like she has a very long history with the victim. According to her, it's been 18 years. And he was leaving her.
He's dead.
But yeah, as soon as I know a little bit more, I'll come back and I'll talk to you a little bit later. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, 18 years. She was leaving him. Now, there it is. So I'll say, because a man decided to say, I had enough of this relationship, and I'm going to kill you. Like I said, had to be. Oh, my fault. I'm sorry. I didn't look back over here, folks. Hey there, Neek and DeAndre, and for those of you other folks out there, I'm sorry. I got so enthralled in what I was doing and saying over there. Let me move this out the way here. Where is it at? Okay. My fault. Can y'all see now? Y'all want to see the video again? I'm sure we've seen it enough, right? Yeah, I think I've seen it enough. When I first got this video, it came to me hot off the presses. I said about 15 minutes after the incident was in going on. One of my Chloe sent it to me. So haven't seen that. The same way as I was taken aback yesterday when I saw it for the first time. You still did not get used to that. You still don't get used to the angry and the hatred in this woman's voice because someone was leaving them, because someone didn't want to be with her. That works both ways. Again, you can't talk about a subject if you can't talk about yourself. Was I the perfect husband? If I was, I would probably still be married. Was she the perfect wife? If she was, we would probably still be married. So that works both ways. The blame game goes both ways. That's what happens. That's what happens. You can hear it in the background. That's exactly what she said. That's what happens. No, that's not what happens. What happens is you're supposed to be an adult about it and understand that it's time to move on, that they don't love you no more. They don't want you no more. So it's time to move on. That's it. You're right, Char. There's no need to show it again. But that's what it is. It's just time to move on. Now, here's the next video that I'm going to show you folks. I'm not going to talk about Miss Bashira Tripp no more. Apropos last name, isn't it? But what this does, what I'm about to do is continue this journey that we're going to go on today. Now, here's another case. Let me prelude this. There's two sides to this child support thing. There are those niggas out there that don't give a fuck about their children, that don't care about the mama, don't care whether the child eats. But as in the relationships about with this man and this woman, some of us can't see the forest for the trees. We always want to say when the woman's fed up. But what about when the man's fed up? What about when the man has done all he could to see his children, to be in his children's life, and the woman does everything she possibly can to stop him? That population of men on child support, men not fatherless, motherless households, that's a significant population enough that nobody talks about. Those men that are ruined because they have these ain't shit mamas. That will do everything because you're not in a relationship with her anymore to ruin you. At every juncture of your life, she is there to cast hell upon you. And in the middle of that, her hatred, her nasty vitriol spitting ass at you, regardless of what color she is, black, white, or whatever. You have some children involved that you want to see, that you want to be with. But what do you do when the relationship with the mother is so toxic that the environment is not suitable for the children? What do you do? As a man, do you stay in that environment and continue to inflict more verbal, physical, and mental damage to your children by being there? Or do you, as a man, walk away and say, you know what, let me try this from another angle? Let me see what I can do outside of the household, because being in the household Ain't working. We always talk about the mothers who got it bad in these single parent households. We never talk about the fathers who got it twice as bad. Number one, he's dealing with not being able to see his children. Number two, he's labeled as a deadbeat. Number three, he alone, in whatever state he is in, it's him against the state of South Carolina, because I'm in South Carolina. If you're in North Carolina, if you're in Georgia, it's you versus the state of what you're going to do for your children based on what that mother tells them. I need this per month to raise my child. Number four, does it affect your work? Yes, there is a stigmatism placed on you that because they see that piece of paper that's saying, I'm taking your paychecks as being garnished, that automatically label you as somebody that's a liability to that company. And now with the advent of the internet, you can automatically find out in seconds whether a man is on child support or not. Does it disqualify him from a job? Yes, it does, especially if it's a well-paying job. That's number four. Number five, when you do try to see your children after you've been in the court system, you can't contact them directly. You have to go through the court system with an address to where, because in the safety of the children, because they live with the mother, you might get upset that you don't not with the woman no more and go do her some bodily harm or her children some bodily harm. So we can't give you the mother's address, but the mother can get your address. We always talk about how bad it is for the mother in child support and being in a single parent household. But we never talk about the effects of that man, that hard working man that goes to work every day, that's now subjugated to low paying jobs, that's now subjugated to folks because he's on child support, knowing that you cannot afford to be off work because you're going to get locked up. So I got you over a barrel. I can talk shit to you any way I want. I can tell you to come to work at a minute's notice if I want to. Guess what? Tell me no. I can send you home. I can accuse you of something, argue with me, see what happens. I know what's going to happen. Once I put you on administrative leave and we find you guilty, you lose your job. It only takes a month for the child support system to realize that you're not getting paid. Come down to the courthouse and tell the judge why I shouldn't hold you in contempt of court and lock your black ass up. Child support, the only bill black man, white man, yellow man, red man has that will lock his ass up. Sears ain't coming to your door because you 2 months late on a payment saying we got to lock your ass up. Your insurance company ain't gonna come to your door saying we got to lock your ass up, music, because you ain't paid us this month. Number 6, now he's in constant fear of losing his job for the smallest of things. Number 7, this man works a 40-hour weekday, work week, the 40-40 plan. Y'all know what that is? Work 40 hours a week for 40 years. Get your gold watch at the end. And he comes home with a paycheck less than 2. It should be maybe 3, 4 figures, but he's bringing home a paycheck with 3 figures with a couple dots behind it. That's before the child support folks get a hold of it. What you got? Let me get half of that. 65% to be exact. That's what I'm going to need from you, because you got children. Let's pick the average medium household. The average rent, let's say where you live. Pick where you live at. What's the average rent for a 1-bedroom house there? A 1-bedroom apartment. Number 8, he can't afford a 1-bedroom apartment, so they're subjugated to living in efficiencies or living with somebody they know or living with their families. Let's talk about how hard it is that woman, that single woman, parent woman, household woman that we all want to say is being so wronged. In some occasions, yes. Let's talk about that guy that goes to work, gets up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, go to work. Oh, wait a minute. What number am I on? Number 8. He can't drive because you know why? Child support took his damn license. Again, all the way back to number 1. It's you versus the state of wherever you're living. The state says one of the rules of you owing child support of any sort is we're going to take your license. That's a punishment. Now, check this out. Before I go any further, let me introduce this clip. If you folks have never heard of this man called Willie Williams, he's quite funny. So I wanted to use a little humor in this particular argument, because some of the very same things that I'm saying, you're going to hear again, but we're going to use a little humor to say it. So someone pointed this out to me a couple months ago. Said, this guy sounds a lot like you sometimes. Your voice is a little different, but y'all kind of talk the same. Unapologetic. That's what you have to be sometime to get the message across. Unapologetic. Fortunately for Willie Williams, he uses humor. I try to sometimes, but sometimes shit just ain't funny. Like this clip right here, folks. This shit just ain't funny.
What's that? What's happening? Welcome. Appreciate y'all for joining the player. I am Willie Williams. Click a link in the description. Click a thumbs up since you're around here. I really would appreciate it. If you don't mind, please go to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Whenever you get a chance, go and subscribe to the website. That's where you can support the machine if that's something that you would like to do. I really would appreciate it. If you'd like to see what we call the event videos, please go to the Patreon, the Willie Williams Show. That's for the things that we cannot put up on YouTube. They out here flagging. I just want to let y'all know they out here flagging the player, but we ain't tripping. Fayetteville, North Carolina's in this bitch. The 334 to come. Mucker Town is in the house. You say, where's that? There it is. Delaware's in the building. San Francisco in the crib. What's happening? Say, blessings King Willie from Dallas, Texas in the house. You say, finally got your notifications. I sure appreciate y'all being around here. Click the like button, the thumbs up, or the thumbs down. Hell, whichever one that you feeling, if you feeling some kind of way. The milkman is in the building. That's what's happening up in California. Done made on up in here with the late notification. I mean, but you made it. I appreciate you, Pepper. Sure enough, dude. Arlington, Texas in this bitch. Henderson, North Carolina. Say, hey, chocolate sugar, what's happening? Say you love the channel. I sure enough appreciate you for loving it and for being here, taking the time out just to hear play a ramble and running goddamn mouth out here in these streets. That's what's up. Happy hashtag coronavirus week again. God damn it, we still here. We still living. Have any one of y'all caught the virus yet? No. No. Buffalo, New York is in the building. Say, hey, sugar. I appreciate you for being a Patreon member. For those of you who is new around here, we got a Patreon, the Willie Williams Show. Please go to that right there so y'all can see the videos that we cannot put up on YouTube because, hell, they flagged two of my videos that I put on Patreon. I'm confused out here in the goddamn street, but we ain't even much gonna argue with them. That's what's up. Sometimes they don't want the real life. They don't want real life out there. I mean, that's what I gotta say. They want us in this belief system of everybody is peace. Everybody is okay, but everybody loves everybody. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag COVID-19 week. Finally got me some milk and eggs. That's what's happening. The stoves have been bare a little bit, but the trucks are still running. The wheels still turning. 18-wheeler drive every goddamn well. Trying to keep the store stocked up. You know what I'm saying? They done lifted a lot of the logging to where players can drive a little bit longer, goddamn, and just get them loads up for everybody. Say, hey, sugar, all the way from St. Louis, Missouri. Pastor Willie on the live. Let the church say, amen. That's what's happening. Say you got some toilet paper, toilet paper. Goddamn,
Some niggas said toilet.
I sure don't appreciate it. Say, my friend said, I'm the only one trying to party while it's an apocalypse. Big word. I hear me on the street. Shout out home team from Dade County. Corona crazy. That's what's happening. Say, hey, Suffolk, New York is in the building. Say, hey, sugar. Watching from Dallas, Texas. I appreciate y'all for joining the playoffs. Say, let them shut us down. Willie Williams is up. Goddamn, man. As long as I got some power around here, the big ass generator outside, we're going to keep this thing pumping. Say, hey, sugar. Virginia Beach checking in. That's what's up. Y'all is flooding in here. Y'all click that thumbs up like button, something like that. Yeah. 30 minutes of 5, bitch. We
I wonder why I let that play so long.
I'm gonna go home.
I wanted y'all to go back and hear what he said.
Teaser. Real
Virginia
quick.
Beach in the building.
I appreciate y'all for joining the players. Say,
that Virginia Beach, I do believe, is this very same lady that this very same lady, the people that know him is in this. Wait a minute. The lady that just ran these folks over. I'm trying to stop this and get it right. Okay. Some of the people that know this lady that ran this brother over is in this actual chat. Oh, is this the wrong one? Yes, this is the wrong one. I'm thinking something else. But these very same folks is in Virginia Beach watching this guy on another channel, and then come a little bit later on, these very same people are in a video that he's talking about earlier. Ain't that some shit? You see it right there. Hey, sugar, Virginia Beach. Go back to that other video that I showed you. When you start seeing the name scroll up, see if you don't see this name again. MEELA 234. Go back to that other video or scroll back later on and see if you don't see this name again. That's how small the world is, folks. That's why I let this play this long. That's how small our world is. Ain't no telling who the fuck you gonna run into out here, especially in these YouTube streets. Bashir, your buddies is in here. Now they gonna watch. They was watching him talk about you. What kind of shit is that?
I'll click that thumbs up like button, something like that. Yeah.
Now let's get on to the show here. Let me scoot this on. Let me scoot this a little further here, folks. Hold on just a second. Let me scoot this a little further to where he's getting to where he's talking about the topic that I'm back on.
A pimpin' wanted to do was be a daddy. You know, like a lot of us. A player out of South Carolina had to go ahead on and handle some business.
Here we go.
In the community. Yeah, parenting. That's what's up.
Let me set this clip up.
The South Carolina man talks about shoot.
I'm still brand new at this. Let me set this clip up.
Baby mama them.
See, that's what happens when you don't prepare yourself.
I wrote it for.
Okay. All right, let me stop this. This dude is in my home state. This dude is not too far away from me. That's again how small this world is. I'm talking about somebody that's in a video earlier, later, that's in a video now, that was in a video that we was watching together now. 6 degrees of separation. Ain't that some shit? That's how small this world is, folks. If y'all can understand my little ramble just now, what I'm trying to say is it's ain't no telling who you're going to run into. And that's how I'm going to wrap this show up a little bit later on. Ain't no telling what you're going to hear or who you're going to run into. But let's go to this. This cat is in South Carolina. He wants to see his children. He was his child, his girl child. The mama want to play games and don't want the man to see his children. He done gone to the courts. He done lost jobs. He's fed up. Watch this.
Playing, but having issues like a lot of y'all mamas won't let the daddies be in the children's life because they don't fuck with you no more. Like that type of playing. Like that, if he ain't gave you what you think he should give you, he can't be a part of his child life. Like that, playing like that. He have a certain time or shit. He even went down and got partial custody because they wouldn't give him half custody. So it's like a 1/3 custody to where he can at least see the child twice a month. Supervised visit, the fuck, but twice a month at his time, and you ain't got the child there where the child's supposed to be at, so he can start his time and end his time on time. Playing like that. How you send me a video? Listen, you can send videos to the www.show2@gmail.com. That's where you can send the videos at, or you can send them to the Patreon. Well, nope, not through the Patreon, through the Facebook and the Instagram. The Instagram, for those of you who not follow me on Instagram, is the WW Show. That's the Willie Williams Show. The WW Show. If you go on Facebook, it's the WW Show. Can't miss it. I shortened shit up because I ain't got tired of writing or something like that. Rhode Island. This ain't real sugar. That's what's up. Say we gonna explain why you ain't getting it in. I'm trying to tell you something. Listen, baby mama out here faking. All pimping wanted to do was be a daddy. Like a lot of us, we grow up and stuff. Okay, I want the kids, I want the picket fence, I want the wife, I want the house, I want all that fly shit there, and live happily ever after. And then we get to be like teenagers and adults and shit and seeing what life really like out there. Fuck around and start paying bills. You got that credit card early and shit and realize that you couldn't pay for that motherfucker, but you wouldn't spend it any goddamn way. So you start to realize real life, and then you understand that relationships are not like they show them on TV and shit. Trying to told you. You realize the women ain't like they portray them on TV. You realize that the men is not like how they portray them on TV, and then you realize that we fucked up as a people out here. And that when the shit started hitting the fan, you done invest the time for the motherfuckers gonna tricked off and shit like that, and then you up around and had the baby and all that shit. Then now she done turned around because the bitch got the power, and you ain't even know. Because you weren't listening to the other players who had done told you, pimping, I got to go down and have a child support. Pimping, this bitch taking everything that I got. Goddamn it, the state taking 40% of my shit. Well, Our partners was telling us the shit that they were going through, or the elder players was telling us the shit that they was going through, but that ain't gonna happen to me. Not me. Like, we special and shit. We special. Not my bitch. Your bitch. Or your baby. Or your woman. Playing. Cause see, once these babies realize that if him impregnate me, pee in that monkey, if I let him pee in me, I got power over him because I got the baby. My body, my baby. See, when they realize that right then, they got the option to do that shit. Playing. We really have no recourse. A lot of people make the argument, well, hell, you go down there, you get custody. Or you go down there, you get partial custody, half custody. How many of y'all actually been down there to family court? They call it family court when we won't even be no more for family, but it's family court. That's what they say. Hell, have y'all noticed that family court never keep the family together? It's only to separate and divide the family. I'm just saying, because they care about the family. And then when you realize that you go down there for custody and you're doing better than that bitch.
Anybody want to argue with that so far? Like I said, he might be saying it in a funny fashion, but is he not echoing the same sentiments? You go down to that course. How many of y'all been down there? You go down there in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, it's 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You done wasted your whole day sitting. You watching folks go to lunch. Y'all heard that man earlier? That shit ain't gonna happen to me. I'm a player. I got my girl in check. She ain't gonna do that to me. I'm pimping. Pimping is pimping, dog. I'm the real. That shit ain't gonna happen to me. You ain't listen to dare I say, the elders. Because when you heard me start talking about child support, I wasn't talking about some nigga on the street. I'm talking about me. Like my man said, okay, y'all want some funny? I went on and peed in that monkey. I peed in that monkey twice. Once she figured she had the power on me, all I got to do is tell your sergeant or your staff sergeant, and guess what? You'll have your ass on the court Monday morning. I'll have your ass on the carpet Monday morning. I got 2 babies from you. I own you. Wherever you go in life, I'm going to be in your pocket. I said, folks, there's 2 sides to this child support thing. Yeah, there's some, to coin a good friend of mine, yeah, there's some derelict Negroes out there that don't give a fuck about their children. But there are some of us out there that can't imagine life without them. But you're forced into that. You're forced to phone calls, hoping you can catch them on a birthday. I can guarantee this, the best thing that ever happened to some fathers that they invented the internet, because they can watch their children grow up without being harassed. Because that's one thing a black woman will do. She will put their children on. She look at ain't she cute? At 5, at 7, at 10, at 13. Where that nigga? Where my child support check at? I got a birthday party to cater to. Well, I ain't got my check this month. He working. I heard he got a raise. I heard he got a promotion. I want some of that money. Tell them some more, Willie, since they want some humor. Help them out.
And they still leave a child with that bitch. And you're the better parent. You can financially, you can have a roof over the head, put the child in school, you can buy all the goddamn clothes, shit. They say, nah, we just need to check from you to give to her because the child is best left with that bitch. But we didn't think about that in our younger teenage days, or we wanted the picket fence, we wanted the family, we wanted the kids, you know, the 2.5 kids or the 2 impossible kids and shit, an old lady, and we just chill and just build and just live happily ever after. We didn't realize that. Have you ever noticed that the schools don't take you on a field trip down to child support? You ever notice that they never take you down to family court? No, never. But they'll take your ass to jail because this is not where you want to be. Scared straight. That's some fly shit that they be doing, but they'll take your ass down to child support where this should be told and taught. This ain't where you want to be. Scared straight. That's really what the shit need to be. Because when you got states that could take 30, 40, 50% of your motherfucking paper about that little ugly ass baby, but you probably ain't want any goddamn way, but you know what I'm saying? Her body, her baby. But shit, if she ain't want the little ugly motherfucker now, tell you them $200 if you catch them in the first 2 months, go on down there and kill that little motherfucker. Don't nobody say shit at all. Nope. Nah. Her body, her baby. That means she can kill that little motherfucker. Ain't nothing you can do. But sit back there and cry. She killed my baby. Because that's a blessing. I'm gonna need for y'all to really understand what blessings is. Cause damn it, if she, as soon as she pushed that little motherfucker out her body, she got the power. I know. It's an anomaly. Go down there and get custody. I feel you. I feel when players be saying, all you got to do, because the law can work in your favor, go down there and get custody. Yeah.
All you got to do is go down there. That's all you got to do. Shit, try it.
And watch how the judge keep that baby.
And slam your ass.
You may see one slide through where the mama done died and the father get the baby.
You getting out? Yeah, the mama passed away. Oh,
and they might give it to the grandma. They give it to the daddy.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Willie. You done hit on something else. That's how it's supposed to go. That's called transfer of wealth. You know, that we like to. Don't go father, mother, but wait a minute, Willie. Hold on, bro. Hold on, man. Nigga, please. We like to call that a transfer of wealth in our circles. Because if the mama, the woman that had your child, your son or your daughter, can't take care of the baby, she might be drugged out, she might be crazy, she might be some kind of motherfucker who just don't want a baby, but couldn't bring herself to have an abortion. She leave it with the grandmama. She leave it with the sister. She leave it with the aunt. Guess what? They now can go down there and get some more of your check. We like to call them Samoans. Some more niggas in your check. Y'all want the funny? I get you funny. I can't do that. But that's what happens when bodies start slapping at midnight and you forget to pull out sometimes. Or, heaven forbid, like Willie Williams say, you want the 2.5 with the picket fence. How many of y'all grew up in a household that's what the driving force was? That's what, as a boy, that's what you was taught. Go out, find you a mate, find you a job first, find you a mate, have you some babies, raise them babies, y'all grow old together, y'all become empty nesters together, and life is going to be just like that. They didn't tell us that there was some treacherous women along with some no good niggas out there. They didn't tell us about the alligals and crocodiles about this motherfucker. They didn't tell us about them. Y'all want the funny? Ain't nothing about this child support shit funny. Like Willie Williams said, they don't take you down to the family court on the field trip. Educational, isn't it? This ain't where you want to be as a mama or a daddy. Because down here around these parts here, once you put in, you got to put in. If I got to see you, if I got to tell you how to operate our household, I'm going to stick it to you. Like my man Saruyan said, this ain't nothing new. Child support wasn't created for the black man because at that point in time, they didn't give a fuck about us or our children. This is one of them inherited diseases we got from the white man. Y'all want some more funny? Okay, wait, Billy, give him some more funny.
Oh, the hell, baby. So that's ugly, baby. But it go mother, father, then grandparents, and then it's supposed to go that like with custody and guardianship and shit like that. But no. Fuck that shit. I don't care how good of a job you work, how many homes you got, and how many times that you can actually spend with that damn baby, and don't need no outside financial help. But still let the mammy keep that little ugly mother. I'm trying to tell you something. I'm just saying. We take this shit light, but y'all, folk, notice somehow they ain't talk about that they were gonna stop the child support payments for 2 to 3 months, something like that. We can put a hold on your bills. We can even cut you some checks to subsidize you while you can't pay the bills. We're gonna try to work on some type of rent control thing, a type of mortgage, pay later payment type thing. We working on all that. That child support, even if you done lost your motherfucking job, no, they ain't uttered that shit there. Even though not paying child support, you ain't go to jail. Get your weapons license take away, get your occupational license take away, and spend a little time behind them goddamn bars when you get out. Now you ain't got no goddamn jobs. You still gotta find a way to make that next payment, take care of that ugly motherfucker. If you need child support, bitch, you shouldn't have a baby. Fuck it. I know that's disturbing. If you need child support, you shouldn't have a baby. But you're strong though. That's what's up. I really ain't tripping. Let's go ahead and get into the video before I start talking y'all head off. I'm just saying. Here we go. Let's watch it. No. Damn it. I'm going to let the whole thing play through and we're going to come back and talk about pimping talking about?
Appreciate you,
Come
Willie.
on, player.
Right.
I told you, bro, that I wasn't gonna let you take my daughter. I told y'all that y'all wasn't gonna be allowed to keep my daughter out of my life without me coming. And y'all steady trying. Y'all thought I was playing. I'm gonna come through that bitch every day. I'm not leaving the state of South Carolina until them people put me in the casket or I see my daughter. I'm not turning myself in until I see my daughter. I'm not gonna stop bringing smoke to you motherfuckers until I see my goddamn daughter. You held my fucking daughter for me because I ain't want your fucking ass. You gonna give me my motherfucking daughter. We gonna get to the bottom of that, you heard me? I don't know what the rest of them niggas used to, where women can hold children over their head and allow a white man to tell them when they can't see their child. It ain't going like that for young. Before my daughter grew up hating me, believing that I left her and I didn't love her, I will annihilate you motherfuckers. She gonna know her daddy is a legend, and she gonna know from all these videos that I'm gonna post from all these different phones. You hear me, bro? I'm not even the state of South Carolina. I have no GPS devices to where I could be tracked. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you gotta catch me, bro. I know how to live on the land. You hear me? I don't have no physical location to where you could come get me from. There's no door to kick in. To apprehend me, you have to apprehend me off the streets. It's gonna be our game, baby. You hear me? They're sitting up. I'm a moving target. You hear me? Yeah, fuck about no police. You bitches ain't gonna tell me. I went to you bitches. You bitches locked me up because I went to try to visit my motherfucking daughter. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to kill everybody. Any police apprehend me, you better apprehend me with that pressure, pimp. EBMG. This is a lesson to all y'all females that be playing with them niggas, thinking them niggas to be saying that they would kill your motherfucking ass behind that child. Thinking a nigga to say that to get you back and shit like that. Nah, bitch, I'm serious. You play with the wrong motherfucking child, bro. Play with the wrong child, bro. Young.
We gonna run it back. We gonna slow it down. You say, I feel him. I'm his stalker. I want to see you laugh at the video I sent you. Oh, I'm gonna have to find it real quick. But
I'm gonna let Willie
we
talk
gonna
first.
run him back.
I'm gonna let Willie do
Let's
this
see what
first.
player talk. Come on, Pam.
Come on.
I told you, bro, that I wasn't gonna let you take my daughter. I told y'all that y'all wasn't gonna be allowed to keep my daughter out of my life without me coming. And y'all steady trying. Y'all thought I was playing.
See right there.
Right
y'all
there.
steady trying. Thought I was playing.
Thought I was playing.
Believe in me, there's so many players who actually want to be active in their child life, and they be getting played with like this. See, and y'all, a lot of folks just seeing shit like this on video.
You right.
Until
You're right.
you was there seeing this shit in the street where player got to fight and argue with the bitch, and the bitch won't open up the door and shit.
Right,
like that.
right.
She peeped the ugly ass kid head outside. Look
Right.
at your daddy. And put their ass
yeah.
back in the house and close the goddamn door. You can't take my goddamn child. Get the fuck around here. And they call the police and be like, goddamn, I got an order. She is violating the court order. You know what? Unless she open up that goddamn door, the officer can't
do shit.
So I love when these players say, well, just go down there and fight for your child, man. Fuck them children. Fuck that bitch and them children.
Not the kids, Willie.
I know.
The kids too.
You don't hear a lot of people say that shit.
I heard that.
Damn it.
Yeah, nigga, I
When
heard
it's
that.
set in the heart. Boy, I'm telling you, I've been there.
Boy, shit. Nigga,
You don't understand.
I've been up in that motherfucker, yo. I'll do it.
You a lot of times you don't understand what folk be talking about.
I do.
See, people hear me say that and be like, oh shit, boy, you crazy. Nah, man, fuck some churn. Look at like in my eyes, like in the corners. I might got something in my eyes though. But no. Look in my face. Y'all really be think I be doing it.
Nah, nigga, you ain't playing.
I be playing. And players out here ain't playing. And a lot of y'all take shit, ooh, Kiki, ooh, girl, he crazy. He ain't gonna do shit. I'm so glad y'all be saying that. I be so happy when y'all be saying that, and then I see a big get ran over by a car down the goddamn street and don't know who the hell hit him.
I'm so glad that they say that. Motherfuckers don't know. Just don't know how many goddamn times. And I thought about ending the motherfucker over my children. That's a constant thought with some of us. This bitch had the nerve to tell me I can't see my child because I owe her some money. I got to get up in the morning and turn myself in at the end of the night because I owe a bitch some money. But they tell me to go down to the courthouse. You can find some relief there, brother man. Follow the rules, follow the laws, brother man. It'll be all right for you. Be nice to the woman. Call her up and say hello. Be nice to her. Motherfuckers, I seen murderers get out of jail quicker than me. That's the crime I committed in my life. So when these folks out here on YouTube talking about doxing motherfuckers and coming at the folks want to say, well, you this and you that, nigga, know the whole story. Come back to this video. I'm one of them motherfuckers out there that if I want to, I'll fall off the face of this earth. BGS and this last dude I'm gonna talk about at the end. We some of the motherfuckers that y'all don't know about. You think we in these YouTube streets or out there in these real streets playing? This woman took her car and ran her brother over because he didn't want to be with her no more. And motherfuckers got the nerve to come on to YouTube and say, that's all right, I understand. Bitch, are you crazy? Or there's some niggas out there that deserve the punishment that they get for not being with their children. You damn Skippy. But there's a whole lot of us that ain't like that. They ain't derelict. I can start today from the time I grew up here to the time that I came back here. I guarantee you, no disrespect to any man down in that audience, but I guarantee you, you folks would not survive the life that I have. That's a promise. You folks talk about slavery. You folks talk about child support. You folks talk about fighting the white man. Been there, done that. Growing up believing that every woman that you gonna meet is the woman that's gonna be the woman for you. They forgot to say that's gonna be sometime the woman that's in for your pocket and nothing else. But if you have a baby with this woman, going down to the child support agency there, some ladies, y'all know who I'm talking about, works on both sides. Because some ladies don't call a nigga for shit. Nigga, you don't want to do for your child? Don't do. That ain't gonna stop me. Y'all know who I'm talking to. Going down to the child support agency, they give you the house. They stop your bills. They give you some food stamps. They give you some cash payments. They help you find a job. They give you earned income credit. Ask that man that's been placed on child support what he got. He got the reverse of that. She got the top of the heap. He got the bills for it. Ain't that right, Willie? Y'all know it is. Y'all heard that, brother. Let's go some more.
I'm gonna come through that bitch every day. I'm not leaving the state of South Carolina until them people put me in the casket or I see my daughter.
When you willing to die by some shit,
Keep thinking we
I
slow
mean, for
down
real,
here.
for real. Like they say that men, fathers, typically would die for their whole goddamn household.
Mhm.
I guess we just built like that.
Mhm. It's in
It's
us.
just in us.
Right.
So if you're gonna die for something,
It's gonna be for my family.
it's better to die for something than to die for nothing, right?
It's gonna be for my
Just
children.
saying.
Right.
A lot of us out here just dying for nothing.
Mm.
They're ready to die for something. I feel it.
I'm not turning myself in until I see my daughter. I'm not gonna stop bringing smoke to you motherfuckers until I see my goddamn daughter. You held my fucking daughter for me because I ain't want your fucking ass. You gonna give me my...
He didn't say that, did he? Yeah, he did. Yeah, that
You held my
motherfucker.
daughter because I ain't want. Do y'all know how much shit? Do y'all know how much that actually goes on in every community that you can go to, whether it's upscale, lower scale, or upper scale?
Oh, motherfucker, say that
I
again.
think somebody got a story. Somebody got a story.
I'm
about
telling
it.
one now,
Damn,
nigga. What the fuck wrong with you?
we broke up. Now I can't see, but sure.
I'm telling you one now. What the fuck?
Oh, I got somebody else now. Shit, I was cool as long as I was single.
Right,
separated from
right.
my ass.
Nigga,
But now
stop.
I got somebody now they won't let me see my kids.
Right, nigga. As soon as she found
Got
out,
too many partners right now and get on the phone with and be like, man, you still going through that fuck shit?
shit, yeah,
Fuck them churn.
shit, yeah, man. Still
Right
going through it,
now.
bro.
my motherfucking daughter. We gonna get to the bottom of that, you heard me? I don't know what the rest of them niggas used to, where women can hold children over their head and allow a white man to tell them when they can't see their child.
That's what I did,
See,
man.
once you had these little ugly ass children, you
That's
signed
what I
that
did,
birth
though. That's what I
certificate, your
did.
child is a
That's what I did. That's what I did. That's what I did, nigga. That's what I
Your
did,
child
though.
is a ward of the state. That
Mhm.
means the state is actually the daddy.
Mm. That's why they come up with that term,
The
white
state come
daddy.
in with their laws and explain to you exactly how much time you can spend with your children. I wish a bitch would tell me
She did.
that I get certain days to visit.
Nigga, I got Thursday and Friday. I got Thursday and Friday afternoons, nigga. That's what I got.
Room, man, y'all can have that little ugly motherfucker. Man, listen, I make the payments. I don't never want to see this motherfucker. Damn it, as long as I live on, bitch, when I die, I don't want to see this motherfucker. I mean that. You not finna supervise me, and I got 2 hours with this little motherfucker. What the fuck? How can you be a daddy?
You can't, bro.
How can you be a daddy?
You can't.
I'm just saying.
You can't.
can't do it.
It ain't going like that for young. Before my daughter grew up hating me, believing that I left her and I didn't love her, I would annihilate you motherfuckers.
You know why he said that, right? Before my daughter grow up and hating me.
Okay.
Because you know exactly what's gonna transpire.
Okay.
See, when these bitch babies mamas don't want the daddy in the children life because they're upset because he don't want you no more.
What happened?
Or y'all just separated and shit like
What
that.
happened? What happened?
Oh, she gonna talk shit about the daddy.
No. Fucking
Oh
nigga.
yeah,
You,
she gonna talk
man,
shit.
stop
She gonna
that
impute that
bullshit.
mess inside your child.
Nigga, stop that bullshit.
And now the child mad at the daddy and see, and all you youngins that don't know your daddy and shit, or you confused about your daddy, you thought your uncle was your daddy, and all that fly shit right there, and you mad because where was my dad at when the lights was out, or where was my dad at on my birthday at the football game or at school and all that fly shit right there, and now you pissed off at him because the bitch, your mammy done told you one side, but you ain't get his side. Stop being mad at that man. If you ever have a chance, go holler at that man and ask him about the bitch of a mother that you had and why he couldn't deal with the bitch.
Okay.
And truth be told, you really don't.
All right. Let me get right there with it. You said you remember you said motherfuckers had a story. So nigga, I'm telling you my story. I'm just sharing it with some folks out there, few friends along with this. All right. Now, check this out. Like you said, my man, you got these women that's they're raising your child, that they spitting at every chance they get. This is one of the common themes that I wonder if you niggas heard. You remind me of your daddy, you make me sick. God damn, you look like your daddy, you make me sick. I wish I never had your black ass. God damn, you remind me of your daddy. I can't wait till you get the fuck out my house. Call your daddy. That nigga ain't shit anyway. Call him. You call him, see if he got some money, knowing that you already took all of it. Knowing that you just called, she just called you last week and said, hey, I need a couple $100 because these kids ain't got no food at the house. What you gonna do as a man? Anybody want to raise their hand, man? What you gonna do as a man? Woman call you up and tell you your children ain't, as a real man, excuse me. What you gonna do? You got that $100 in your pocket. What you gonna do? Hey, go down there to the FedEx or whatchamacallit, or to the whatchamacallit, and get this money up out of here. Just text me, or call me, or let me know that you got it. That's all. Bitch don't even call you back with a thank you. How many of y'all been through that? See, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, there's two sides of this child support game. That's that side that's reported to you as it is, but then there's this real side of it. Reporter tells a story, but where they get the story from? Where did the story come from? Where did the statistics from these single parents from? Where did they come from? Y'all wanted some humor with this? I gave you a little humor. But you can imagine the millions and millions and millions and millions of me that for every $5 you make, and they taking $3.75 of it. Do the math. How much did that leave you with? Imagine having to live off that. Imagine having to try to be something. Imagine having to try and go out and buy a house, a car. Matter of fact, just imagine having to go out and sometime in some cases, folks, just having to buy drawers or deodorant. Talk about that other side, because it's a valid point. You haven't heard me once dispute that point. But don't leave out this side of it. Because most of us that report on this child support shit ain't in it. What they call them? Armchair quarterbacks? I think it's like my man say, gonna back up. How many of y'all have ever gone to a field trip to a family court system? And when you get that mail and you see family court in there, what's the first thing you do, fellas? If you're a single man with children, you dread, oh, fuck, these niggas done found me. How? I can't get a full fucking paycheck yet. I ain't trying to avoid paying for taking care of my children. I'm trying to earn a living. How many fellas out there, black, white, brown, or whatever, have said this very same thing? The folks, this is not a problem that's, I'm talking to fathers. Fuck what color you are. Do you remember this movie, Liar, Liar, with Jim Carrey in it? I think that's his name, Jim Carrey. Remember at the end, what happened? The lawyer found a way for the woman to get everything that this man had, except, dare I say, for his children. And at the end, guess what she did? Give me those damn children. I can get more money from you with these. Lawyer got their fee. Woman got their child support. The judge got his gavel used again. Got another case under his belt. The state got some money. If you live in a different state from your children, the state got some money. But yet they say, man, go down there to them people and tell them that you only doing this or you only doing that. You can only do so much. Listen, folks, I can't talk about a problem or I can't talk about an existing thing that's going on if I can't talk about it on a personal nature. If you ever notice anything about me, most of the time when I talk about something, it is something that I happen or I only know about because I don't try to speak things that's credible that I can say that this happened to me or I did that. So I'm going to use this. This happened to me. This happened to my brother. This happened to my cousin. This happened to my uncle. This happened to my friend down the road. This happened to my high school buddy. You're talking about men that have been in the Marine Corps, that's worked in the longshoremen's, that's worked at the post office, not for a year, not for 2 years, 30 years, 25 years, 17 years. I can tell you 5 of these men that I know personally live with someone or live in a small place to where that's what they can afford. And they work in high profile jobs. Well, you should go out and start your own business. What do you think? We pay child support because we know that job is not enough. But once the mama finds out, wait, he started a business. He started a landscaping business. Ooh, I heard they make big money. He started a radio station. He must got some big money. Folks, are you hearing me? I'm not speaking past tense. This man here that was on this video wasn't speaking past tense. This shit is happening to us right now. These are the things that we men that love our children, that cherish our children, that can't think of us spending a day without our children. That's what we've been relegated to. And listen to some other people sit around in these think tanks and these bubbles and tell us how fucked up we are. Blame us because the woman we laid down with got pregnant. I'm going to take you back, Father, into the start of this video. Like I said, I was in the Marine Corps. As a young man, I've been to damn near all 50 states and around the world 7 times. How many women you folks think I met doing those escapades? How many of you do I pat myself on the back sometimes? When I'm alone, of course I do. But it's not some things that I'm proud of. But how many of these women do you think I slept with? Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, California, Las Vegas, Tennessee, Texas, DC, Maryland, Rhode Island, New York, Florida, Japan, Osaka, Mosawa, Iwakuni, Okinawa, Hiroshima, Korea, Yesan, Puchon, Busan, Osan, Denmark, Aalborg, Germany, Copenhagen, Sydney, Australia, Mendenhall, England, London, England. You think these places were women free? And I'm in my prime? How many of these women can say they have children with me? So I wasn't being reckless. I might have had fun, but I wasn't being reckless. My children came with purpose. And that's so many of us, so many other men out there that was in the same situation that I am, that I was in. Yeah, we had our fun, but when it came to our children, we chose carefully of the woman that we thought we wanted to have children with. Just as we hoped that she chose carefully of who she wanted to have children with. We did not expect to become a fucking paycheck, a way of life for some bitches, a talking point for some companies. A roundtable discussion of how fucked up we were, or why men can't take care of their children. Well, there's some of the fucking reasons. I gave you some. You can't argue my truth. You can't say that you walked a mile in my shoes. Like I said, a lot of brothers out there don't know what fucking hard times is. They think hard times is the fucking internet being cut off. God damn it, I can't get online. What the hell I'm gonna do? Which is going to lead me to my last point here before I move on here. This young brother here, that calls himself an avid YouTuber. Yeah, I'm going to call you out there. Now, I'm going to give you this warning, Mr. Fantastic. Before you come to this platform, you better ask BGS who the fuck I am. You better listen to the last how many ever minutes I've been talking. I am not that nigga to be fucked with. You put some bullshit out here online, it's free game. So, as Willie Williams would say, I'm gonna give you some construction on your fuckery. And then talked about the women. Now let me talk about the men for a little bit. Nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? Instead of Mr. Fantastic, they should call you Captain Fantastic with the brown dirt cowboys over there. All of y'all must be running up Hershey Highway to say some of the shit that you saying over there, my nigga. The fuck? George Floyd caused his own death. If he'd have stayed in the fucking car, he wouldn't be dead. Nigga, how many motherfucking niggas stayed in that car? You forgot about Philando Castile. What the fuck did he do? You forgot about Terrence Crutcher. This nigga was selling loose cigarettes. You forgot about Alton Sterling. This nigga was selling CDs. You forgot about Freddie Gray. This kid got in the back of a police wagon able to walk. When he got out, his back was broke. How the fuck do you mean if you just avoid the police? Nigga, them motherfuckers come looking for us. YouTube has warped your fucking sense of reality, brother. Now I'm going to tell you again. Listen to this video. Consider this instruction. Don't take this as hate mail. Don't go over there to your stream and make a video about me. Don't do that, because I'm a nasty motherfucker. I can get off the grid quick. And when I decide to get off the grid, I only come off a motherfucker that I'm coming to get. Did you hear the list of countries and places that I've been? Do you think I only went to places where they served shrimp cocktails, nigga? Nigga, I grew up in the middle of the Klan. I'm a survivor, motherfucker. I'm that nigga that you need to worry about when you decide to fuck with somebody. I'm the motherfucker. Remember the silverback point beating on his chest? I'm that motherfucker. Now I had to get myself riled up so I could really put some instruction on your young stupid ass. You better stop following BGS. You better stop following Angry Man. You better stop milking these motherfuckers out their good coins on that bullshit that you talking about. Because this lesson right here, young nigga, gonna come to you for free. So pay attention. First, I'm gonna let you talk.
That's the reason he even had to deal with the police in the first place. Stop being hoes. Stop being like your mama. Make this man accountable. He contributed to his own demise. Should have been killed again for the 1,000th time for your emotional crying ass niggas. No. Not saying the man should have been fucking delivered a death sentence because he fucking used a counterfeit bill or because the police resisted, none of that shit. But, had he not, had he simply gotten the car, they wouldn't have been able to put a fucking knee on his neck. They wrestled with this dude for over 5 fucking minutes, okay? And finally gave in to his demands, to his request. Just lay him on the ground. Lay me on the ground. Lay me on the ground. As far as the knee on the thing going, that's something you need to take up with the state of fucking Minnesota because that's something they train officers to do, okay? And unfortunately, what I'm going to tell you this is really going to piss you niggas off. There's like a 75% chance now that he's going to get the fuck off. Be ready for that. What y'all niggas going to do then? COVID, which again is another breathing, something that attacks what? Your lungs. So again, him doing all this shit and getting all worked up and having two of them, that directly fucking compromises his breathing is going to put you in the most fucked up situation. Now, bring y'all ass in here so I can motherfucking tear your goddamn hands off you stupid enough to come up against me. I'm ready to
Jay Bay says, fantastic. You're really blaming this man for his death. I can't wreck with you, man.
Gabe, I just said it for the 37th time, bro. He shouldn't have been killed. But yes, I'm not. Listen. Science says this, brother. This is not my opinion. Science says it. He told you COVID. All right? And he's used fentanyl. Did you niggas not read?
Okay, that's enough of your stupidity. Like they say right there, right? You see where it says, Mr. D's, nigga, get these nuts. Both of y'all, get these nuts. What the fuck is logical, Mr. D's, about what that nigga just said? And see what you folks, what folks fail to realize over there, I can be Mr. Businessman here. This is DJ Music. You're listening to classic R&B jams with your nighttime, right time DJ. Or I can be that motherfucker. See, so I'm gonna have to be that motherfucker to you, nigga. Because see, that's obvious where you come in with that squared away, that unsquared away, fucked up haircut from the 1960s. What's that? What that high top fade? What that kid and play area? What? Next nigga, you gonna use some Jerry curl? Come on, man. So since you took it personal about George Floyd, I'm gonna make it personal about you. See, that's the good thing about being incognito. You can only argue my points. You can't argue me. So here we go. My brother, George Floyd did not ask for his death. I'm sure he did not get up in the morning and say, I'm going to go run to the store with this counterfeit $20 bill and make damn sure that the police kill me. What the fuck is the counterfeit $20 bill? Anybody seen a picture of that yet? You got a picture of them wrestling George Floyd, but do you got a picture of the $20 bill, nigga? Shut the fuck up. You don't. Mr. Dees, you got a picture? Since you giving away $4.99, put another penny with that and send me $5, nigga. I need it. I'm figuring out and spit you about $5 worth of game. So nigga, send me my money. I need my damn money. Or I'm gonna get something, I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna put something in them big ass lips of yours. I'm gonna swell them bitches up. By next Monday, you'll be able to see out that motherfuckers that you wearing them shades over. But look, my man, Mr. Captain Fantastic. No, brother. George Floyd didn't ask to be murdered. No, he didn't. No, goddamn police. And they was looking for a nigga. No, they were looking for a nigga that day, and George Floyd just happened to fit the bill. You know why I know? Because like I told you, my man, I don't talk about shit that don't happen personally. January 1st, 1982, I was in my dress blue uniform driving a fucking goddamn Sundance. Charleston, South Carolina, 7:47 p.m. Still bright outside because it's sunny. The only difference is the rain had started a little bit earlier. So the pavement was wet. You know, I was down here in the South, you get them flash, you know, a thunderstorm. They show up at any time. Pavement was wet. I spent about $400-500 on my dress blues driving along. Police get up behind me, lights come on. Shit, I know I ain't speeding. Fuck could be wrong. This was a brother that wasn't looking for the police that day either, because I was on my way to a party or something. If I had my dress blues on. I had my dress blues on. Police got behind me. I'm thinking, okay, what the best I could get is a speeding ticket right now. Got my registration, all that shit out, nice, ready. Get on the ground. Huh? Get on the ground. Sir, I'm in a military uniform. Get on the ground. Sir, I'm in a military uniform. My hands out the window. Sir, I'm in a military uniform. Get on the ground. It didn't make any difference. The idea was for him to put that nigga on the ground. You fuck whether he got a uniform on or not. He didn't see the uniform. He saw the black man inside it. Just like if there was a $20 bill there, my man. What's that? What'd you say there, Sean? Yeah, the $20 bill, MIA. They ain't talked about that. They ain't showed that yet. But just like just like I was saying, you said George Floyd went looking for trouble that day. What about me? Did I go looking for trouble that evening in a dress blue uniform? To be laid out on the ground after a fucking rainstorm? For to say, all right, you're free to go? Imagine if it wasn't broad daylight. No, I wasn't on my way to the girl out by the dog. Stop that. I had to prove a point. But what I'm saying, though, ladies and gentlemen, is you know, this argument that he has that George Floyd was on his way, that looked for his death, and it's like there's no such thing as a person that you don't have the right. Don't laugh, Vonda, because that ain't funny. You don't have the right to redeem yourself. That once you're a criminal, you're always a criminal. That he was on fentanyl, that he had COVID. Okay, how did you know all of this? Who told you all of this? Was you there? Was you the guy that examined George Floyd's body, nigga? So the report that you got, of course, they about to do anything to get this motherfucking rogue ass police off. Because look, I didn't hear you once mention any of the 19 infractions this motherfucker had. You don't see the hypocrisy in your bullshit? Why are you so quick to shit on the brother, but you not shitting on the real criminal? This motherfucker had 19 infractions that we know of. So like our old saying goes, so imagine if what they tell you, imagine what they don't tell you about a motherfucker till you find out for real. So, my man, you sitting on YouTube because you got people hit that link passing you some money. You think you can just pass off anything. You think you can say anything. You can think you can join the white man narrative and shit on any black man you want because it's popular. Well, I'm not nobody of importance, but I'm here to tell you, I'm one of them niggas that don't allow that. I can't allow you to shit on another brother for profit. I talk shit about Oprah, nigga. You think you immune? Now, like I said, you keep listening to Angry Man and BGS all the fuck you want to. Them niggas ain't no good for you, man. That's all about your boy Angry Man. He talking about he a 6-figure nigga, and I just heard him talking about he living in an apartment. 6-figure motherfuckers don't live in apartments. 6-figure motherfuckers do not sit on internet with the fucking Cash App saying hit me up. I'll tell you, a motherfucker that might be a 6-figure nigga is that Tommy Sotomayor. He might be a 6-figure nigga. Nigga, all you got is hopes and dreams of being a 6-figure nigga. Keep listening to Angry Man. You'll never get there. Keep listening to BGS. You'll never get there because the main audience that you trying to kiss up to is the audience that you alienating, you stupid ass. It didn't take long for these motherfuckers to get onto your ass about that whatchamacallit. Matter of fact, here, let me see. Let me see. It says an hour and 59 minutes, so I'm gonna play a little bit more. I started it over, but goddamn.
Put the fentanyl shit in the fucking thing, bro. Look up the side effects of fentanyl. Fentanyl fucking compromises your breathing.
Mr. Dees says, logical black men spitting the truth. Blacks need to get out of their fifis. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Yeah, the link in the chat. Well, we got a few people up here. We got enough to get it started. So we're gonna start with SKC. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? I only have a few minutes because I'm still working on that thing.
Oh yeah.
But fantastic. You remember when the white boy came on your channel?
Yeah.
And a lot of the argument that came up was, why don't y'all have the same smoke for the white dude that y'all have for us? Okay, why don't you have the same smoke for niggas that's killing niggas? I mean, what the hell? It's the same logic, right?
No, of course not. No, because that's
Who? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is the same logic, regardless of whether you like it or not. It's the same logic. You so quick to talk about George Floyd. Why don't you talk about one of them niggas that you know that went and killed somebody yesterday? Because you look like you know, might know a few of them. What is that shit behind you anyway? What the fuck is that behind you? You trying to decorate that fucking pure white wall right there? The fuck is that? What is that poster behind you, nigga? The fuck is that? That shit that's been getting on my nerves since I started watching your ass. What the fuck is that? Why don't you put a goddamn soul power back there, something? Black Panther, nigga, something, goddamn. You know what? You black enough that you put 8 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock in the morning and midnight together. You goddamn nigga, you black. Damn. So, my man, like I was saying, this already. You not only you talking about some bullshit that I don't agree with. Now somebody else telling you some bullshit that they don't agree with. So let's listen to some more of your bullshit.
That's white supremacy. Black on black crime is caused by white supremacy. Supreme King Coon. So
a white dude can come on a panel and say something that is perceived as racist, or you can just say straight out racist, and you get crazy because you feel that he ain't treated with the same vitriol. But dudes kill dudes in the hood every day, and you don't want to have no smoke for them.
It's part of the game, baby.
God,
Hey,
he
man,
was
we
probably logical, emotional, logic. Man, y'all some.
that's how the game go, folks. You know, hey, man, it's all in the game. You out here in the street, nigga, you might get ran over, man. It's just how it is, bro.
Oh, this is what I'm talking about. And I got a counsel, man. I ain't gonna do it. But the people know who they are, who was going all crazy, getting all emotional. Here it is, y'all get like that over some racist talk, and dudes' lives are being taken, and you just want to turn your head and act like nothing happened. Oh, we don't need to talk about that. It ain't the same. Man, get up out of here, man. Y'all whack, man.
He said he whack.
He whack. He right. Nigga, you whack. I couldn't have said it no better. That's some bullshit you talking, nigga. You whack. Regardless of whether he was making a valid point about using other niggas to make his point, but still, this point was valid. Y'all niggas is whack. Your way of thinking is whack. Your ideology is whack. Your sense of timing is whack. Y'all just a bunch of whack ass niggas over there. You work at McDonald's. Y'all go over that motherfucker, you know, all that food that y'all don't pass out, when y'all cooking, y'all don't finish selling, y'all take that shit home. Y'all niggas sell McDonald's and y'all niggas eat McDonald's. That's just bottom line to it, my man. I don't get your sense of logic to say George Floyd was the instrument of causing his own death. That is some of the stupidest. That's some Candace Owen ABL bullshit. You probably listening to them with fever, don't you? You probably jack off the Candace Owens. You might jack off the ABL looking at you. I don't know. Shit, nigga. What's that? Into it.
Back. They whack. All right, Sean Styles, what's going on? Well, hold on, before you go, I think I got another super chat that just came through. And let's see, who is this? My man Emin Perry in the building. He says, I'm a Minneapolis. If this video gets this officer off, there's going to be another riot. Yeah.
No.
Listen. First of all, I'm gonna answer that question right there. If you're in Minneapolis in that area right there right now, you know there's no goddamn way that the powers that be is not gonna make an example out of Darren, Officer Darren, whatever the fuck he is. They're gonna make an example out of him. They have lost too much not to punish this man. You don't understand that. This is way past George Floyd. Okay. This is way past Darren. This shit here is international. This motherfucker has to be punished. He has to be found guilty. He is the sacrificial lamb of all these fucking riots that's going on. So if you using logic gonna tell you that ain't no goddamn way in hell that this particular policeman is going to get off this murder charge. There's no way. Logic tells you that. But again, judging from some of your other streams that I listened to, because I did my homework on you first, judging to some other streams that you listened to, logic is a fucking misspelled word in your vocabulary. Logic. 5 letters, but you still manage to fuck it up. Logic. I told you, my man, I'm not that nigga to fuck with. I can be Mr. Straight Arrow, but I also can be nigga hood figure. You don't get to the age that I am being no damn fool or no sucker. There's some folks that I run around with that I speak to in these YouTube streets, they gave me a title. When I speak to them, when I see them, that title they call me elder. You can't give yourself a nickname, nigga. So you must have started calling yourself Mr. Fantastic, and nobody could have called you that purposely. You know, nigga, you gave yourself a name, Mr. Fantastic. I dubbed the Captain Fantastic and your cronies as the Brown Dirt Cowboys. How that fit you? Like Dave Chappelle said, you one of them cats that wear underwear with dick holes in them. So yeah, I'm that nigga. I'm that motherfucker. You want to listen? Y'all want to listen to some more of his shit, or we had enough? Because I usually stop this around the 2 hour time limit. I'll drop the link down in the chat room right quick. Like I know only got about 10 minutes left, but if any of you folks want to come on in and either agree or disagree with anything that I had to say, you're more than welcome to. There go the link right there down there in the chat room, and you're more than welcome to jump on in. Appreciate it. But anyway. Yeah, these folks over here in this so-called manosphere, since I'm talking about them, and these other he-man, woman hating clubs and shit like that. I heard another lady, I'll call her name out. I was listening to a stream. Her name was, I think, Raw B something. She called y'all niggas out too. Some other women's chat room that I listen to, they agree with you niggas. Y'all know who I'm talking about. About to bring my good friend Shar in. Hey Shar, how you doing? Come on in.
Knock knock.
Come on in. This is safe. I'm calm down. You can come in. Come on in.
All right. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Good to see you.
I'm fine. Well, I don't know where to start. I guess we'll start here and then go backwards. Now,
Okay.
what I do, and that's just me being the person I am with,
I knew some of my words wasn't going to escape your ears.
no, problem solving. I listen to what the person says, and I don't remove anything from it. So I'm going to say something, and I want to see if it how you addressed it. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Now the gentleman there, he calls himself Mr. Fantastic, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said that George Floyd had a criminal background.
Mm-hmm.
He had not learned.
Mm-hmm.
He still wants to be in that life.
Mm-hmm.
And that was part of the reason of his demise. So add
Mm-hmm.
that with what you played.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to say anything a little bit different? You want to add to that in other words?
I just, to repeat that and, to exactly what you said, I disagree with every fucking thing he said. I don't give a damn what kind of criminal record you have. I don't give a damn whether you're part of a gang or whatever. No man deserves to be snuffed out like that. Regardless of his background, regardless of his upbringing, regardless of his surrounding, no man needs to be publicly executed for merely trying to pass off a fake $20 bill, whether the $20 bill exists or not.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just always like to bring in everything that the party says,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would argue it like that. So that way the person can never say, well, you forgot about the part, blah, blah, blah. And you got to remember he did such and such, or whatever it is that they said. So that is why I mentioned that.
Right, and understand, and a lot of them do that. A lot of them will do that. They'll come up with an idea of right and wrong or indifferent, and then try and use that to get out of there. Also coming on to the show there, as he says, the esteemed brother Cerulean Gray. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Greetings, Spring Elder. How are we, Lady Shar?
Great.
Greetings.
How are you? Yeah, sure. I think again, just another bag of excuses. So I'll turn this over to Cerulean. Go right ahead, my brother.
When the George Floyd situation happened, right? You notice all of the prominent coons of some intellect had all shut up. Like you didn't hear a peep from people like Larry Elder.
Right.
You didn't hear a peep from Thomas Sowell. Hell, you didn't even hear a peep from Jesse Lee Peters.
True.
That's true.
All the smart coons shut the fuck up. You see, it's all of these up and comers that try to audition to be the next,
One-
generation of coons.
Right.
They're the ones trying to speak the loudest. See, the problem is they take like Candace Owens or Brandon Tatum, or Anthony Bryan Logan, and they try to hop on this bandwagon, because you got to understand, when it comes to cooning, these are the three biggest platforms.
Yes.
Like even Tommy Sotomayor ain't got shit on like Brandon Tatum's like cooning ass channel. He can't hold a candle to Candace Owens' cooning ass channel.
True that.
And you look at like Tommy Sotomayor, his channel is not even as big as Anthony Bryan Logan's channel.
True that. Can't argue point.
And so you got these guys that are in the running, trying to audition to be the next group of flying monkeys, going into the new era. And they haven't been paying attention, because we know that mainstream media has been purging its coons.
Okay.
You notice?
They've been shitting them out, in other words, huh?
Oh, they've been pushing them out. When the George Floyd thing happened, if you remember, just like 3 years ago, unarmed black man, well, not unarmed, but a black man gets killed while sitting in his car with his girlfriend. It happened in the same state that George Floyd happened.
Absolutely.
Philando Castile, right?
Yep.
All of these corporations and mainstream media outlets, they had on all of these people that so-called experts. Well, he should have never reached for his gun. Well, he wasn't reaching for his gun, he was reaching for his identification. There was all of the excuses for why his rights were furloughed, when everyone, according to the Constitution, has the right to due process. Whether he had a gun or not, whether his girlfriend was loud or not, a basic traffic stop.
That means he got executed for that. With those things that you just mentioned, his girlfriend.
And if you notice, even in the Philando Castile thing, they had some kind of false supposition where, we were looking for a suspect. Well, how come after they killed the man, you never hear about the shit that they was looking for him for?
Okay.
Exactly.
Where's that at? Where's that narrative at?
Like that $20 bill, still MIA.
Where's that at? Where's the narrative when it first comes out, until when we see the truth, then all of a sudden, like you said, Sharu, you got these young up and coming nigglets that want to claim the throne of King Coon. That's still, but the bad thing about it is you see the number of folks that they attract to it. That's the part that bothers me the most. The folks that sit around and listen and that agree with that.
Well, the thing that bothers me the most about that is that they're quick to talk about black on black crime.
Mm-hmm.
Black on black crime is American on American crime.
Right.
So if that were the case, that means that the white woman that was killed by Muhammad Nawar, mind you, in the same state, Minnesota, that means she deserved to die, because white people kill each other at a rate that is 4 times higher likely than if they would be killed by someone non-white.
Don't speak truth to him in here.
That's too much. Too much for him.
So therefore, the Australian foreign national white woman deserved what she got, if that's the case, right?
According to their standard. According to them. Mm-hmm.
Whenever they prosecuted Muhammad Nawar, it was under a constitutional violation. He robbed the white woman of her right to due process. Now, wouldn't you say the same thing in the same potential situation as a Philando Castile, as George Floyd, completely robbed of due process?
Due process.
So therefore, when this Negro saying someone like a George Floyd caused his own death, it is total bullshit, because no officer has the fucking right to furlough anyone's constitutional rights.
Don't speak truth to him, Cerulean. Don't do that. That's too much like right there. Even when you break it down to the smallest thing, that's too much like right for them. No officer, could you repeat that again, has the right to violate somebody's constitutional right.
They don't.
So
they don't. Nobody has the right to furlough your rights. Now, when it comes to black on black violence, which is American on American violence, which is private citizen on private citizen violence, all contexts that you don't really hear in the coon spaces. Right? Now, because these black people that are killing other black people never took that oath to protect the Constitution, they are not bound by the same laws and regulations that a cop, that a military member, that any other elected official or private or public servant is bound to. That is why public servants are supposed to be held in a higher standard than your private citizen. Why? Because they govern over people.
I like to see that, though. The day is coming.
When?
Slowly, very slowly. One little case at a time, maybe once a decade. Well, hopefully it speeds up a little faster than that.
Right, and we hope it does, but you know, as we all see, the wheels of justice spin very slowly when it comes to us. They would rather say that the main problem of what's going on is not police killing black men at an alarming rate. It's this black on black crime that we're not addressing. If we address that correctly, maybe the police won't have a reason to kill unarmed black men. That's their logic.
Wow.
That's the way I see it.
When it came to the child support thing, like I actually mentioned that in the video, you know, breaking down child support and how when you see the fucked up niggas, they're trying to dodge, you know, getting around the system and getting around child support, right? What it does is it makes it worse
for everyone. That's right.
Wants to be in the child's family. And what happens, the courts, they treat that man like, oh, well, shit, we have a history of you niggas not paying, you niggas getting out of your responsibilities. But see, now you got this guy that wants to pay. You got this guy that wants to be in his child's life. You got this guy that is unyielding in trying to be around his child and be an integral part of the choices that will be in that child's life. For instance, the opportunities, the activities. And now the courts say,
no.
Oh no, you because you got money.
If you able to wait, if you able to
have a history of y'all trying to dodge it, now now the courts have to go extra hard on the brother that's trying to do.
I got to punish you for being right.
There you go. But see when we in the YouTube sector, because there's no real logic, there's no real intellect on that side, we're really just fighting against talking points. And so because we're fighting against talking points, now we have to take those talking points all the way from them.
Right.
So now when our audience interacts with these people, and they will interact with these people, you have a competing narrative that strips away those talking points.
Absolutely, it does. There is. And now, again, as I said about the child support, is there some, as you eloquently put this, Cerulean, there's some derelict Negroes? You damn skippy it is. I done been sitting down there with him and hear these motherfuckers telling, man, I got to get this bitch all this money, man. I ain't with this woman. That ain't the point, brother. That's not the point. Point is, you help make this baby, so according to the states the laws that govern us, we got to help take care of them. Now, is the system against us? Some of us, yeah, it is. But understand, for every 3-4 of us that try to do right, there's 34 of them niggas out there that's trying not to. Birds of a feather, as they figure it, flock together.
But see, until it happens to them, right? Because they tried to say what they said of Ahmaud Arbery, right? But Ahmaud Arbery was an educated lame, never committed a crime in his life.
Right.
He was cornered. He was cornered like an animal. And these white boys who did have ties, who the father did have ties to the KKK. He tried to hunt that brother down like he was going big buck hunting.
They did.
He had nowhere to run. There was another car that's not even in the video, that when he was trying to cut through, the other car that was with him was trying to cut him off. So what he decided to do was just stick around and fight.
Yep, that's it. It's all he had. They expanded all. He lost all options, and that's it, folks. And he was in fight or flight mode. First, he tried to flight. They ran him off the road, ran him over. Not only that, Cerulean, okay, as you said, he was an educated lame, but the guys that hunted him down, they're convicted of other things. One of them now, as we've learned, is involved with some kind of other, either child pornography, some kind of other lewd and lascivious activities.
Had ties to the KKK. Was involved in a child trafficking ring. That's the Ahmaud Arbery case. Was involved with a number of scandals stemming from the very police department that he used to work for. Tried to cover for him, which is evidence of corruption.
Corruption.
You had Derek Chauvin, him and his wife, recently involved in a not only a tax fraud, a mail fraud, tax evasion, all sorts of criminal activity.
Right.
Not only that, but he had a history of violent infractions dealing with so-called suspects, many of which were proven to be innocent.
But let me back you up a little bit, Cerulean. Remember when the news broke that Derek Chauvin's wife was about to divorce him? Them niggas had a field day on that. I knew she was gonna get the fuck on. Them niggas had a field day propping her up, didn't it?
Oh, they did. Because people like SKC, right? He loves dipping in the orange chicken.
Okay. Duck sauce, soy sauce.
Yeah, he loved the long time. He's married to a woman he met in a massage parlor.
Trying to turn a hoe into a housewife. How that working for you?
Found him a ling-ling.
But the YouTube streets, they were talking about Aubrey, saying it was his fault.
Yeah, they did throw that on him too. They didn't realize that. Listen, folks, I'm from the South. So if you know from where I'm from, if you know what a deer hunt is, when the rednecks, they all get into one truck and they drop each other off at strategic points. In this case, they normally have dogs. In this case, they didn't have dogs, so they use each other. They herded this boy in. They herded him into a corner and then shot him. That's exactly what happened. Could have no bluntly than that. Them crackers went hunting. They went hunting for black buck, and they found one. And they killed him. If this would have been back in the 50s and 60s, they probably would have took the body and skinned it.
Yeah, made some nigga skin shoes.
Right, exactly. Sure enough. See, again, I don't talk about things that hadn't happened to me personally. I don't know of personally. So again, when they say that Ahmaud Arbery wasn't hunted down, well, let me give you another example of it. I said it before. I had a friend named Carl Williams. What did he do wrong? All he did was step out of his house. What did he do wrong? So again, just by me talking and just by the few folks that stopped in here tonight, we obliterated your talking points, my brother.
But these talking points have been obliterated. The
Boom.
thing is that these people, they're true believers. Like when mainstream puts out propaganda against black folk, these people are true believers. They really believe this shit. See, they're not like say a Candace Owens or Anthony Brian Logan or Brandon Tatum, who are just doing it for a check. Right? They're not just doing this for a check, which is egregious all on its own, right?
Right.
They're doing it because they really believe it.
And that's a sad part.
And really what it really stems from,
And that's sad.
and really what it stems from is some perceived trauma that they have with some black woman that did them dirty way back when, probably from high school era.
Right.
That's really what it stems from.
And I agree with you, Serene, because too many times, of course, in order to talk about folks, you have to do your homework on them. And too many times that I've been to these broadcasts and I hear them reminiscing. Remember the girl that you dated back so-and-so, how did she treat you? And them niggas get riled when their memory is refreshed.
Well, them niggas have flashbacks, like they having motherfucking hot flashes.
Right. Yeah, that dirty bitch. You right, man. That motherfucker, man. I remember I was in the
flashes. Wow.
Right. They're having hot flashes. I didn't say having hot flashes because they got that feminine side of them just all over the place, just oozing out. So they're having hot flashes.
And they don't even realize that whenever they're saying, "Oh, he died of this, he died of that," like the family had their own independent autopsy done on George Floyd. No drugs was found in his system.
None. And where did
alcohol was found in his system?
Where did this alternative narrative tape show up from all of a sudden months later? Where did it come from?
Well, it comes from like mainstream media has always had this history of making excuses for corrupt police officers. And especially whenever it comes to police officers dealing with the black community. They've always had a history of making excuses for the poor behavior of police officers. Police officers are public servants. And so they've always had this history of trying to prevent the reputation of police officers from being tarnished. Even though no one ever says that the reason why the police officers' reputations are tarnished is wholly due to their own actions.
Out there, you took the words out of my mouth. I didn't need to even say it. You took it right out of my mouth. It is garbage in, garbage out. If you put garbage out, what do you think we're gonna fucking see you as? Now I'll call to arms any black man right now. Name me one good experience that you had in an encounter with the police. Name one good one. I'll wait.
I've had a couple of good ones. And only because I actually knew personally the police that I had these interactions with.
Okay. So basically, it took you to know police personally. I'm sorry, but I've never had a good encounter with the police. Never.
But that says a lot, right? That the only reason you have a good interaction with the police is because you knew them personally.
Right.
Right. You went to high school with the motherfucker.
That went over a lot of folks' heads, you know. Sure did. Like they thought by you saying that just now that, oh, see what I mean? So you can't be right about that. No, folks, he know that man. He knew him probably before he became a police.
I knew him when he was a fucking a scrawny sapling trying out varsity football in high school.
All right.
Yeah. I remember the motherfucker when he was, known as Butterfingers.
Okay, there it is.
Trying to be a damn wide receiver.
We all got them friends like that. That damn, when you see him again, you a policeman? What? I saw you know.
That's funny, dude. Ain't got no muscle mass, but he can run his ass off.
Right. But that's just, again, folks, that's just saying a lot. Again, I can't put 10 black men together and all of them tell me of a good experience that they had with the police. And I mean that maybe 10 is a small number, but okay, let's put 100 in the room. Let's put 200 in the room, and then we'll do the averages from there. Let's put 300 in the room.
But see, then when we say, okay, more of us need to be police officers. I mean, you had the brother in Chicago, probably one of the last legacy families, as far as legacy, black legacy families of Chicago, right? Tried to expand the black population inside of the police force,
right?
And had been stopped at like just about every turn. And then the black police officers that are in there, instead of doing what they need to do to get more black police officers, they end up towing the line.
Right, becoming one of them. Now, I'll say to that when they say to black men should become a part, black men and women should become a more integral part of joining the police force. I'd say to this is my argument to that: you don't become what you fear.
Well, my position is, if we understand that institutional is racism, that racism is institutional, the institutions that use racism as a tool to keep you away from it, those are exactly the institutions you actually need to be in.
Understandable.
Same way with the military, right? If you don't participate, you leave the military completely monopolized by white males.
Exactly. And to hit that point, so a lot of people say, you black men, you just joined the Army or the Marine Corps, the Navy as a way out. No, I didn't see it as a way out. I saw it as a way to expand.
And so what they don't understand is that you've been placed in this situation. The only way to fight is from within it. It's not like you print your own money and have your own country. This is your country. And if it's gonna be your country, you're gonna have to fight for control of your country.
Right. If you're not in the game, you can't, there's no fucking way you can win at it. If you're a spectator, no way you can win if you're not in the game. Guaranteed. These platforms that we have, we're in the game because we report on the good and the bad of us. And for those that think that they're in the game, no, you're just a pawn in the game. You don't have any power because YouTube can shut you down at any damn time. You don't have the power. You don't make the laws of what the community standards are. We all are trying to get our likes up and our shares up and our broadcasts up so we can reach that magic number of 1,000 so we can get our channels monetized, so we can have those community tabs. That's all well and good, but we all understand if we are smart men, we also understand that there's a limitations to this YouTube business, and we need to expand past that. So a lot of us do have those platforms that YouTube can't touch. But for those like we just listened to, Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboys, once
The
YouTube
Brokeback Cowboys.
once YouTube shut you down, that's it.
Then it is a shame because, Fantastic is, he's a Navy dude. It's like,
You would think you'd know better.
Yeah, you would think you know better. But you don't.
It's, I guess in the Marine Corps,
I guess anybody in the Navy becoming aviation
That's
electrician.
right. It's that 10%. It's that 10%. They just don't ever get it. They're there, but they just don't ever get it. They do enough to be in the Navy. They did enough to make it out of the boot camp. They do enough to get promoted, but they're just that 10%.
I mean, it's not. I guess it's just not the Navy that I joined back in the day, where you had a brother take you under his wing, like this is faux pas. Don't do that. And,
Absolutely,
now anything goes.
Right, absolutely. And again, Suru, these comments that you're making, I can tell you, when I was in the Corps, every young black man that was under my charge, I know, and this is no exaggeration, but I guarantee you, every one of those men remember me. At some point in time, it was like, listen, I'm not your mama, I'm not your daddy, but I am somebody that can tell you something if you're willing to pay attention. Yeah, this military is nice, but it's not built really for us. So there's some ways you got to navigate these motherfucking waters.
It's a fact. But I guess anything goes now.
It is free for all. I think if you came in, I would say the military, as far as I know it, progressively start getting worse after the 80s. I would say after the mid 80s, the military itself will start to be more like fucking boys camp.
Well, I would say the 2000s is really when the changeover kind of happened. It's like when I joined in '98, you met all types of people in the Navy. Brothers from all types of lives, man. Like,
my goodness.
Some of the blackest brothers that you ever meet.
And then there's some that can't live without Whitey.
Yeah, there was a few of those.
We ran into them all, folks. The military, you run the gamut of the brothers, the social spectrum in the military, because there's some that come from all walks of life. Believe me, as a fleet Marine and a trainer of Marines, I can tell you some of these niggas cannot be saved. I'll give you a prime example. Say we all know who Randy Moss is, right? Famous football player.
Oh yeah.
If Randy Moss would have been in the military, he wouldn't have made it. He would be one of those guys that I know that, based on the way he speaks on these programs, the whiteness that comes out of him, great football player, but the whiteness that comes on, but he can't help that because that's where he grew up at.
Yeah, Randy Moss, a whole nother.
Okay. Okay, so you understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's a whole nother case all to itself. Like, like the Stephen A. Smiths and all.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother.
Man, that's a whole nother show. Maybe we'll get together and talk about those guys one day, man. Because man, that's Stephen A. Smith and Randy Moss and a few of those other men. Even Michael Strahan at some point, sometimes. Charles Barkley.
Michael Strahan, Jason Whitlock.
Oh my Lord, let's not talk about Jason Whitlock. Even when the white folks said that, wait a minute, that was just that's just too far. No, hell no.
Yeah, took his spot away. Like, you know what?
No,
we,
you
we're not trying to have a powder keg. Like,
no,
you got to shut the fuck up. Okay.
no. We can't have that. Hell no.
Hey,
Hey, what's up there, Warrior? How you living, my man?
Yerb, I just got off a panel with Bernard Riley and ARC and MGTOW Dictionary and Jessica X
Uh-oh.
and it was about the girls.
It always is, right?
Always
It
is.
always is.
Tell-
I was
Is
like,
there anything new to report over there? That they talk about taxes or anything?
they was talking about the pussy tax.
The pussy tax and price, how the price of pussy go up when they come around?
Well, it was, yeah. It dried up. It's like the desert trying to find some water. Like,
Goddamn, I would imagine so with the coronavirus. For them guys, the lake pussy has dried up, hadn't it?
well, they thought that they was gonna have the monopoly on it, but what they was discussing when I happened to click on it, and I came in on it, and I was just listening to what they were saying. It was a guy on there named MGTOW Dictionary, and he was basically, he made some points. He was throwing some chairs to them over there. He was like, how can you be a MGTOW when you are an absentee derelict father? I was like, whoa, it's a MGTOW dude saying this to other MGTOW. Wow, they're splintering at the seams here.
Well, if it's a white MGTOW, like
that was a black one.
oh, the black one.
The
See,
black
like,
one said it about the other black ones in the manosphere, but then I threw a chair and I just said, well, I don't understand why y'all are saying you're a MGTOW when it comes from white men.
Well, I'll discuss about what, like, the white side of MGTOW.
Yeah,
how they pivoted and changed their message. Like, there's a popular like white red pill group called the Order of Man, and what they talk about is males taking on more responsibility. This is what they have pivoted to, right?
Yeah.
Because they saw, and I'm gonna tell you, they saw the way that niggas picked up the MGTOW and all of that, the red pill shit, and how they advocate for dodging responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was the white manosphere pivoted to, no, you need to take on more responsibility. Being a more responsible person is what you need to do. It's not advocating for dodging responsibility or advocating for getting around responsibility. But you take on more responsibility.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what he was saying in so many words. Certain things didn't make sense when he was talking about women approach men, and then that's because if you approach a woman, then you are trapped for. But it was a whole bunch of mess of foolishness. I decided to go up there and throw some chairs. I was being petty. I went up there and talked and threw some chairs. ARC came in and he was yelling at the dude because he was talking about the dating coaches, like, don't listen to these dudes. And ARC, they went back and forth. I just sat there and watched how the shit took place. It was great. So it was outstanding. It's like, just the albatross is eating itself. Great. It's outstanding. You're doing great work, Commander. Great work.
Well, we're driving content in a way to where we don't necessarily have to be the biggest platforms. We just have to have the strongest argument. And so that's always going to be the driver of content as you're watching all these guys try to scramble, right? Because these are true believers now. They don't have any logic or facts. They're true believers. Now they have to kind of modify their message in a way to where they can seem like they're right? Because we just come through and take away all of their talking points, and then you got the rest of the mass audience, which is the same audience that they're all fighting for, right? They're like, damn, they're armed with what the gray regime is talking about. They're armed with what the Supreme Elder's talking about. They're armed with what Dre's talking about.
Yeah.
right? They're like, this makes so much more sense than what this derelict sphere is talking about.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and Game Changer, Mr. Fantastic had a pro-black slippage.
Huh?
Well,
Yeah.
they all trying to dip back into the pro-black bag, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're all trying to dip back into it. Like, this is all about black men. They don't really give a fuck about black men. They give a fuck about them cash apps, though.
Cash
Oh,
apps.
Yeah.
That was damn. That's exactly it. Hit that link, please. Hit that link. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Right. Appreciate you. And that's a big word over there for them.
Yeah.
And let's be real. Why are they dipping back into the pro-black bag? Well, they see the turn that someone like a Jessica X is taking. Jessica X already showed you she ain't really down with you niggas like that.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they because Game Changer, it was, Information Man was up there, and he said he asked the question. It was a loaded question, right? And a lot of times, you fall for the okie doke, right? And he asked the question because we was talking about the MGTOW thing, and Game Changer is not a MGTOW or whatever he is, but he knew that the conversation was going to go on the SYSBM dude sooner or later, right? He knew it was coming, right? So he wanted to get ahead of the curve and, deflect. So what he said was, well, y'all talk about the white man, this, that, the third, right? And what he did was he said, because I said something about the MGTOW thing and I was going to something else, and Information said, well, I'll say it. You're taking white supremacist talking points and you're using it for black people. And I was like, I wasn't going to say all that, but since you took it there, go ahead, hold that, because it's about to be a whole L you about to hold real quick, because it's about to come down the pipeline, right? And when they were going back and forth, Game Changer said this thing to him, and he was like, in so many words, he said, well, would you go to Harvard? Because that's a white man's institution. I'm going to just ask the question. And he said, well, that's not what me and him is applying. It's just know where you're getting your information from and do your research and use it according to whatever, right? He was saying it, and Game Changer was like, yes, I understand black people always want to slap a label of blackness on something that's a white person created and just call it black, like Black YouTube or this, that, the third, and blah, blah, blah. And when it comes to creation, and then we had Information Man had to give him pretty much the thing. They tried to use Frederick Douglass, because he's like Frederick Douglass with the Harvard. I said yes, and also Frederick Douglass was like, y'all against feminism, right? Yeah, well, he was promoting feminism, and everybody paused and shut the fuck up, right? Because
technically. It wasn't feminism then. It was suffragists.
Yeah, it was the suffragists, which is but it was the first wave of feminism, but the suffragists, right? But I said, so if we want to go all the way a buck with it, you know what I'm saying, and then everybody quiet. I said, but he also married a white woman, right? And then they was like, and then the SYSBM dude, right? I said he was the original SYSBM guy, but he did it with the black folk, right? And then everybody got quiet. Now we gotta get off the Frederick Douglass bandwagon, right? Right?
Cut the stream.
Yeah. So Game Changer got quiet, and he said, "Well, I said I understand what you're saying, Game Changer. This is what I told him. You're right about that, right? But we have to take what we take." He said, "Yes, and I do understand in certain circumstances, black people need to separate." What? What did he say? So you debunked your own argument, and I basically said, I said, see, Information Man, I guess you're not used to having a conversation with Game Changer. And he said, no, I've had plenty. I said, no, you're not used to it. Sometimes it's better to let someone talk than to try to argue their point. And let them get out what they need to say, because if you come abrasive, they're going to be abrasive.
Right.
If you come welcoming, They'll say everything they need to say without you having to make your point because they'll make your point for you.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, the Galactic Trick Bag, it was there. and Mr. Fantastic, he said something. And he said, I don't see how y'all try to pull my black card where y'all over here using a white man's talking points for some type of black narrative. Y'all was in a white man's organization, whether y'all left intentionally or got kicked out. You was talking about the MGTOW thing. I was like, well then.
So you listened a little bit then, huh?
Hey, everybody's gonna be pro-black fall 2020.
Fantastic is spewing a lot of those talking points himself that was generated in the white MGTOW sector. That the niggas that disassociated themselves from the white MGTOW went off and actually used to create the black version of MGTOW.
Itmore.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the MGTOW and the Itmore all originated from the very thing that they're railing against, the black woman.
No,
Red pills and the blue pills and the black pills.
If you guys don't mind, explain this because my audience, a lot of these folks that are listening to me, they don't quite get the acronyms of when you guys say MGTOWs or IPMOR, stuff like that. So if you guys don't mind, could y'all explain that to the laymen, please?
Oh, sure. So really?
No, MGTOW is an acronym for men going their own way.
Okay.
It actually started back in the 90s with the men's rights activists that basically took the YouTube and decentralized it as a political movement and made it more about a social movement online. Those black dudes inside of the men's rights activists and MGTOW, and every time they get to bringing up their issues that are exclusively black, they get shut down. And no, we don't talk about those things here, right? And so because they couldn't talk about their issues amongst a group of men that's supposed to be men's rights activists, they went and made another group that mirrors MGTOW called IPMOR. IPMOR is an acronym for black men of reform, introspective black men of reform.
Okay.
The problem is that there, as far as it has become now, there's nothing introspective about it. There's nothing reformative about it. And you can barely say there's anything black about it.
Okay.
Because all it is basically spewing the same talking points that they learned from the white MGTOW sector.
Hey there, brother Art.
Which is the wealth, the welfare state, child support, the three biggest things: welfare state, child support, and poor behavior of black women. That's like the three biggest things. The problem is that we've already destroyed these arguments because the welfare argument is basically advocating that there should be taxation without representation because welfare is a program paid for by the taxpayer, including the women that actually find themselves on it.
Right.
Right. Child support is thoroughly debunked the whole child support argument.
Quite well, I might add.
Of all demographics, black women are actually the least likely to put black men on child support. Matter of fact, in the research that I've done, what we found is that Native Americans and white women and Hispanic women are the most likely groups to put men on child support.
Hmm. And I heard you say during one of your streams at one point in time to make this clear that the child support system itself was not designed for black men. Am I correct in that, when you made that statement?
No, it actually wasn't. It was designed as a part of the Social Security Act.
Mm-hmm.
And this was during a period of time in American history where America just kept having back-to-back wars, and the loss of men due to war caused a high level of fatherlessness.
Right.
You're coming out of World War One, it's straight into Great Depression, and then World War II, Korean War, and then Vietnam.
Right.
And the replenishment rate for the population wasn't actually able to catch up until post Vietnam.
Yeah.
What you had was a tremendous spurt. It was a spike in the birth rates post World War II that was known as the baby boomer era. And even at that baby boomer era, you didn't have a replenishment of the population until post Vietnam. So you're actually sacrificing more men to the Vietnam effort, which is why this America's they would say the war that America couldn't win for no other reason than the fact that it didn't have bodies and it didn't have the capital. Because if you don't have the bodies, you don't have a tax base. And during this Vietnam era is when you see the third wave of feminism actually take off. And the reason why is because the replenishment rate for males just wasn't there.
Hmm.
And so you have all these women that have these children, and men get sacrificed to war. You have black men still being locked up at a tremendous rate. America leaving the gold standard. And the moment it leaves the gold standard, it goes into a war on drugs, which, according to John Ehrlichman, is a war on black people.
Yeah.
Mass incarceration begins in 1971 when America leaves the gold standard.
Mm. Mass incarceration affected on who? Black folks?
Yep.
On black men specifically.
Specifically, if I'm not mistaken, what you were quoting is that they wanted to associate the hippies with one thing and black men with the other, and we could vilify them night after night on the news, and no one would be the wiser. Paraphrasing, of course.
Yeah, and if you think about it, in retrospect, right? The black men mass incarceration rate, right? The next thing you know, far as the population of black people, because they'll have you believe that black people outnumber whites, right? But that's not the fact, because if you look in prison, in population-wise, total population of males is white men, and the biggest gap across every prison penitentiary system across the nation is the white supremacists, the Aryan Nation.
Right, Aryan Nation. Absolutely, it is.
In every prison across the country, everywhere, doing the most heinous crimes, doing the meth labs and whatever. So the crack epidemic worked on the black population. Now we have an opioid crisis. Well, black people, it doesn't affect black people because you need health insurance. You need to be in a union. You need to be a blue-collar worker. What happens? They finally closed down those factories with the auto bailout, but the black people were already gone. It was white folks still working in those. Ain't no black folk. When the last black folk person you know that worked in like a coal mine? I remember Bethlehem Steel, and that was what my great uncles and stuff used to work at, and they been shut that down.
Yeah.
So, and that was during the after the civil rights movement, the Southern migration, or during the civil rights movement and thereafter, the Great Southern Migration up north or to the from the South to Chicago and to upper East Coast and stuff like that, and to California and so forth. So they know it works. They just use it on black folk first. If it works on black folk, it'll definitely work on white people.
Yep.
And it's this trick bag. So and with this MGTOW thing or the IPMOR thing, is black men and black women in the black family has been oppressed, assaulted, and been separated since the onset of the first black slave that reached the continent of of North America.
Good ship, Jesus.
Right? So these dudes that are complaining now, that's good and all, and that's fine. But these white men are complaining because they are held accountable, just like anything else that happens after war. There's a readjustment period, right? And a lot of these guys are taken to task now because if you think about it, these guys that are talking about they owe back child support, and the ones that haven't seen the kid and didn't know the child existed, and now they 50, 80,000 in the hole, and 90,000 in the hole, and they didn't know that the woman, because the state is holding them accountable because they got to wipe their books clean, right? Because they were paying this child support because this white woman walked up with the boyfriend in the house, but she realized that you had a job, you weren't around, you was a truck driver, you was whatever you wasn't around, or you didn't know, or you knew about your kid, and she done up and took the kid and dipped, and you didn't know, you lost track of him, you was trying to find him, or maybe not, or you forgot about it. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, these states need to wipe these books clean. So for that white woman to get those benefits, and she would get it quicker within a week or two, well, black woman would have to keep reapplying for the same benefits. That's why, you know what I'm saying, that's what it is. Black women are least likely put you on child support because she know she ain't gonna get no help. Right? So for these dudes to complain, and there are instances where they are right, but it's not everybody.
No, and again, as I said earlier, Dre, you know, the child support system. Do we have those sorry ass Negroes that made the system harder for those of us? When I say us, that it's in me included. For those of us that try to do right thing by our children, of course there is. But also, is the scales tipped in the woman's favor? You have to agree with it. It definitely is. Whether it's the good woman that goes down there for legitimate help, or the woman that goes down there and just say, you know, fuck it, you ain't with me no more, so I'm gonna go put your ass on child support. And that's under all the color spectrums, not just white. That's not just black. That's just universal.
Universal, and it's just like and what I said, it boils down to human nature. But what you got to look at, and when I have these conversations with these guys, is, you know, when someone's hurting, they don't want to hear the reason why you have cancer for working in that coal mine, and you've been fighting for your settlement, and the reason why they've been dragging it through court is because they don't have to give you nothing, because the longer they drag it out, the quicker you gonna die. They don't, they don't want to hear that. But what my problem is with these guys, it's not the guys that went through the child support system, that made the wrong decision, they got to pay the rest of their life, and all this other stuff. And the guys that's in the rears, that's fighting it, because they're not on YouTube crying. They're seeking help. They're getting lawyers. They got an organization for that. They're trying to amend some problems. They're lobbying politicians. They're finding solutions. My problem is these guys that are this third wave, just like feminism, that a third wave that haven't had any interactions with women. And they're going in this monk thing, and they're saying women are the devil, and I hate my mother, and I'm going to shoot up a yoga studio because I like this girl, and she didn't even know I existed because I never talked to her and let her know that I existed.
Right, but on the same breath, they talking about they slap hands with the guys are talking about the pump and dump. I don't get that.
Well, because that's what they want to do. It's like they find. It's like I give you a personal example. It's Supreme Elder and Cerulli and myself. You know, we wasn't short on confidence or popularity, stay in adolescence in high school, right? So we know the pecking order. And the pump and dump guys, or the jocks per se, right, that you think is getting all the women, or she's got the homecoming queen, or all the girls are falling after her, you get to be old dude on 300. These guys the old dude on 300, and he gets to hang with the Spartans.
Right.
In this internet space, he gets to hang with the cool guys.
Right.
And Bob guys, what they're saying, because they have a following, that he's going to get some type of fall off or roll off because he can't have sex with all these women, right? I can pick one off, or
Right.
I can get my confidence up, or I can get the social admiration and scavenge basically. It's like buzzards,
Buzzards.
right? And that's basically.
Buzzards on the wire. Well, gentlemen, I know I normally go about 2 hours, but we're about to the third hour. So I'll go around the table and give you guys the last words there before we shut this on down here today.
All right. Well, as always, it's been an honor and a pleasure. Are we doing something on the gaming channel today, Dre? May do something on the gaming channel.
I think so. I think Sergeant talking about it. Yeah.
But it's been an honor and pleasure.
I think he was talking about doing something.
We'll be back tomorrow. Be on the lookout, GSRN Backyard Barbecue. Monday, we'll be live talking about another juicy subject. I don't know what it's going to be just yet. Tuesday, our Steam Dre. And then Wednesday, on the beat, GSRN.net. And then Thursday, guess you got a day off.
The day off around here, folks. You got to detach from the internet.
Day off.
You have to. You really have to. Drake?
Social distancing from the internet.
But again, folks, make sure you go and check out these two brothers' channel here, Cerruti Gray with the Gray Regime, and Just DeAndre on his Perspective channel. And make sure you check out Shar and Vonda and Art New Style. These are some of the good folks that travel these YouTube streets. We disseminate information that you may not agree with, but it's thought provoking. And I would say 98% of the time it's right. We don't offer up bullshit information. We don't give you things that you could go back and say, well, that nigga didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Fact check stuff around here, folks. That's what we do. We do our homework. We really do. And that's the one thing I gotta commend you guys. When when you guys were in our bat cave, so to speak, and I'm in the background listening, thought provoking. Damn, these folks got it together over here. Thought provoking. Unlike some places where they talk about nothing but the girl.
Yeah, it's always about the girls.
But listen, ain't nothing wrong about talking about the women. That's one of my favorite subjects too. But goddamn it, you can talk about them too much.
These girls wouldn't give me a pony in high school.
Remember that Marvel the Mustang? Get one of them. Horse head on a stick.
Oh God, I appreciate you, Supreme Elder, for once again blessing me, allowing me to be on your channel. Very once again thought provoking. It was great being up here once again. And everybody, please go to GSRN, check that out. Cerruti, what is going to be after the stream on Monday movie night, the Monday movie matinee? You might want to have a poll this weekend.
That's still to be decided. We'll have to talk. We'll have to talk about it. You guys are going to choose the movie, so it still remains decided.
Okay, I'm all about Tombstone. I'm all about that.
That's one of my favorite movies, I gotta say. Love the movie. I hate to say it, but that's one of them cowboy love stories. It really is if you pay attention to it.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yep.
It's a love story of what's his name, Wyatt Earp.
Wyatt Earp.
That bitch drove him crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, we still have Soldier Story in the cooker.
Yeah, that's another great movie.
That's not it.
Excellent amount of black stars in that, folks. Some folks that you might know, and some folks that in the movie that's really young to be like, damn, he was in that movie too, like Denzel.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like,
Denzel,
you
Black legend Adolf Caesar.
Adolf Caesar, yes indeed.
Yep.
Even the dad from Moesha is in the movie, yo.
Yep.
So,
You can just take, man. Denzel did so many movies. You can do movie night for the next 3 to 6 months.
Yep, sure enough. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get on up out of here again. I appreciate everybody stopping in and listening to me rant for that last hour or so. Again, I appreciate the great regime and Jay for you guys stopping on through. Anytime that you see me up with a stream, love having you on. Always good inner perspective and dealing with you guys and, getting that raw, uncut information. As they used to say back in the old days, we're going to give you the information whether it hurts you or help you. You decide which one it does. And Dre, I'll let you close it out with your theme. No one tells them to what. No one's going to beg you to do what.
No one's going to beg you to be great, but we will hold you accountable.
Thank you very much. Nate, I'm going to play this last song on the way out the door, just a little portion of it for those folks up at the Manosphere. This is probably our theme song over here. It's CeeLo Green and Fuck You.
See you driving round town with the girl I love, and I like to fuck you. I just the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, fuck you, and I fuck her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be richer. Now ain't that some shit? And although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. Fuck you.
Alrighty, folks, have a great day, and we'll talk to everybody soon.